So one thing I wanted to do before I got started here is make sure that I had my land plane truly level on side to side and up and down. So I brought it in the garage because this is the only level floor I have anywhere, and I was able to set it down and basically get this adjusted to the point where it's perfectly level. So that's kind of important. Obviously, when I get out there, I just can't tell when I'm out on the driveway because nothing's level out there. So anyway, I thought I'd show you that too. It's part of the deal, right? Getting the thing set up correctly. So let's give it a shot. So welcome to TWC Projects. Today we're finally getting to this driveway that's needed repair for quite a while. I've been grading this back so it's nice now. I used to have just a real big bump here that was really hard on the cars. You had to come in so slow and gently, and if I had anybody come to visit me, I'd have to kind of tell them, be real careful when you come in over that bump. But I've smoothed it down real nice. Got a nice slope now, so there should be hopefully no problem with cars bottoming out on it. So I'm trying out my new everything attachments. Land Shark is the brand that for this kind of the smaller compact tractor brand of it, and this is of course a land plane, and you can see it's got the tines in the front to help loosen things up, first blade to catch and another blade behind to try to help keep it really level and smooth. And unlike a box blade, this just, because it's got this big platform, it lays right on top and gives you a much more smooth and level surface. The box blade does a great job like a bulldozer moving it around, but this does a nice job more like kind of like a roller. Maybe roller's not the right comparison, but anyway, so that's what we're up to today. We've got that hooked up to our Branson 2515h, which is you see in lots of my videos because I love this thing. I'm using it all the time for all kinds of projects and work. You recently saw it with a grapple hookup, worked great on it. But now we got the bucket back on it because we're going to be bringing up stone and smoothing it all out and getting my driveway back to the way I want it. So anyway, stick with me and see what we're in store for today. And I'm glad you're with me. All right, let's go. I'm back at it, day 2 of the driveway project. I've already made a couple mistakes that I just didn't know, so I'm learning, but I'll show you what I'm talking about here. One is that the foundation for this road originally was made with these bigger stones, these number 3 stone, and then when I bought the place, that's all it was. It was really rough. I guess they do that for the construction trucks to be able to come in to build the house. And then I had a guy come in and put down the number 57 on top. He did a really good job. But of course, over time, everything settles. Things start pushing the way to the top. And so I don't know how well you can see it, but I went through and tried leveling a little bit with my land plane before I started putting down fresh stone. That was probably mistake number 1 because it surfaced all of these big things. And once those come up, you can't get anything smooth after that. So I've been having to go around and pick these up, and I've collected quite a few, and I've got more to do. So that really delayed the whole project. I mean, I don't know how many hours yesterday I spent just trying to figure out that there's no shortcut, and I had to just go ahead and deal with these. So a lot of them I started, you can see along the side here, just kind of kicking them off to the side of the road while I was putting down. Here's the newer surface here, which turned out pretty well, pretty smooth, starting somewhere around here and up. So that's good, but like I said, you can see I've got a collection along the side here, and I've got to go, and I've been picking those up, and I'll keep picking them up and put them in the little wheelbarrow. The good news is I can use those. You know, I like to repurpose everything, as you know. And so I had this muddy area down at the end down here where the corner is, where all the rain runoff comes and just settles down in there. So I'm going to dig that out later probably with my bucket, or with my stump bucket, and create a nice trench through there, fill it with these stones, create a French drain so it runs down into the creek that goes down across the way. So that was mistake number one, was using the land plane to try to level things, and it pulled up all the big rocks. And so mistake number two was because my neighbor's schedule is pretty busy, and we couldn't time it when he could come with the, keep coming with the truck while I was here with the tractor at the same time. So I had him dump all the stone down. Well, not all of it. We did, I think, 4 loads. So half of what I think I need down near my sawmill and down in the woods a little bit. And because of that, taking one tractor bucket load at a time to do a driveway that ultimately is, this part right here is, I can't remember, I think this is 350 in length, maybe more than that, because it's 850 total. So anyway, that was mistake number two, trying to use the bucket loader to bring it all up and spread it out. I really should have just, if I could have done it with him at the same time and had him dumping along the way and my spreading, and by the time he came back I'd be ready for the next load. But got to do what you got to do. So if you're doing this kind of driveway yourself, like I'm trying to do, one, have a lot of patience with yourself, and two, if it has this big heavy stone working its way up underneath everywhere, which is what catches on the blade and the bucket as well, no matter how I try to spread that big stuff just gets in the way, and then it creates disruption, so you just can't get it very smooth. So you revert to doing what I'm doing, picking it all up as best you can, but it'll always be working its way up. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. That's probably the most important part of this project, is what not to do. But I'll keep at it and bring it along with me, and hopefully it'll turn out nice. The end, I think I showed you earlier in the video, the slope of the driveway coming in off the road turned out really well. So I'm very happy that I did that. That'll prevent cars from bottoming out every time they come in and out. And even if I pull out quickly with my truck at times, even with all that clearance, a couple times I'd hit it. So, and my trailer, when I bring the trailer out, because it has a slope on the back, that was dragging on the end of my driveway. So I fixed that. That was the most important thing. And then the rest is just trying to smooth it out, get another layer on it, and keep it looking good. So hopefully next time it'll go better, but hopefully it'll be a few years before I have to touch this up again. So, all right, let's keep going. All right, that's it. So that's as much as we're gonna get done today because or this time around, because I'm out of stone. But I was able to get up to this point, so right up in here, and all the driveway all the way up through. So pretty good, worked pretty well. I don't know that I figured out how to use this thing yet completely, because if I drop it all the way down like I'm supposed to, it just takes up too much. And because I just put down a thin layer, and I flipped the tines over on them because they, I was worried that's what was digging up the big rocks. And but even then, I had to kind of just keep adjusting, and so it did help level out the spots where there were dips in it, natural. And then I went back over it with the bucket just to smooth it one last time. So looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see how not perfect at this point, but it's got to be run. It's got to be driven on a few times, quite a few times actually. Pack it down a little bit. So maybe I'll go up and down with the tractor a couple times and take my truck up and down a few times. But it's looking really good. I probably added about 1.5 inches, 2 inches in some places, and it turned out real well. So a lot of work, but got the job done. And we've got some other projects. We got all that stone we're picking up, so that'll I'll have to dig a trench in here, because this is where all the water just sets right in here, settles in, and we'll make a French drain through there. Project for another day. So I think this is a good place to stop. Maybe in a couple weeks I'll end up doing the rest. I'm not sure if I'll video that. It'll be more of the same, but I wanted to bring you along with me today and see how this land plane, see what it did and how it works. And I think I could probably still get a little better at it, so hopefully when I do the other part I figure it out and get it just right. It seems like it should be it does have some adjustment to it on the sides, or bolts, but it's raised up as high as it can go right now, so I wouldn't want to put it down any lower. So I'm, like I said, it feels like it was digging up more than I wanted it to, and because of that number 3 stone underneath there, that big stuff, I didn't probably utilize it to its full potential. But it was definitely help today, and I'm getting a lot better with the bucket loader too. I think I did most of the work with that, but I think hopefully I covered it. Yeah, the quick hitch worked out, not perfectly again. So, but wasn't too big of a deal. I got it on there. I think it would have been better if I had moved the hook all the way down and then hooked up underneath this guy, and then it would have gone right on and off super easy. But because I was trying to use the pin, because I was trying to leave this where it was for the ballast box, still not bad. Worked pretty well. That's it. So thank you for watching TWC Projects. As always, get outside, fix things, create things, or just plain old enjoy God's creation all around you. And hope this inspires you, or if you're trying this out or checking it out, you have an idea what one of these things does and how it works. This tractor certainly had no problem pulling it all, and it's pretty heavy. I don't know what I think it's like 600 and something pounds. You can't move it by hand, that's for sure. So you have to really get the tractor lined up perfectly. That's a bit of a challenge with any 3-point implement, I think. So anyway, have a fantastic week, and until next time, we'll have a fantastic week. All right, take care. Bye.